Warning, the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Alfred, viewer discretion is advised. God.
Oh, hey, yo,
movies on.
Dave,
Oh,
I'm
my
here.
God, did it.
I'm here with you. I'm here with you, Carson.
Oh, hi, Chad.
Oh, hi, Carson.
Hi, Chad.
Let's get everybody else in here. We've got Cat Ren Figures and
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, hi.
We're using timely references tonight. super timely references. And we've got another dude. And if you hit that super chat button,
Hey, we're best friends. Let's do karate in the garage.
What?
did he do that?
Yeah, I made it.
All right. Add to the stream. That's right. Drew Manchu, baby.
Yeah, hit that button there. Shades of the
Hey, we're best friends. Let's do karate in the garage.
It also works when he starts talking too much. And you
Oh, gosh.
boom.
All
Hey,
right.
we're gonna be best
and
friends and do karate in the garage. All right,
Do you do a
And
lot
then
of
we've
karate in the
got-
garage?
not a lot,
None other
a little
than-
bit.
the great legend himself.
Coming at you live Friday night, the Roundtable, the only table to be, 9 Central Standard Time, 10 Eastern. And man, we have got a special guest tonight, and I'm talking Anthony, aka Ant-Man from Real Comic Book Talk, Baltimore's finest. What's up, man?
Here come the clap.
I like it.
Yeah. Damn.
Man,
It's
That's the longest clap.
Just Ric Flair in his own
I
hand.
don't even think Real Comic Book Talk has the longest clap. I think Anthony gave us the longest clap on the Comic Core. Hey, but Anthony, remember, not that kind of clap.
I have a question for Anthony. It's completely off topic.
Yes.
Is that hand hurt yet?
Yeah. Both hands. Both hands. All right, I know I just woke up my mom upstairs.
Carson, hit up that chat.
Ant got these hands, that's for sure. But yeah, let me get into this chat. We got some bad news coming from the chat. Chris Barry says, Barrett316 says the Cosmic King just hit the chat. All right, he's got a new
Bad news that he's here.
and he's clanging, he's banging. We got the immortal Biggie Shaq, dude. He's hanging out in the chat tonight. And we got not Ricky Steamboat, Ricky Markstadt. What is going on, Ricky? I believe he just put out a video yesterday on his channel. So check out Ricky. Nice to see him in the chat tonight. We got like Comic Core going on 16 different channels all across the world somehow. My boy, the Stream Elements bot, he's up and running. And then we got Chaos and Comics. What's going on, man? Nice to see Chaos and Comics. And let me Pinky's out for my
You gotta
friend,
get him out.
co-host of Modern Men, host of the Thursday show, Comic Man Andy. Now my hand hurts from putting the pinkies out. And it's not loaded up yet, but we got K-Dog hopping in the chat. What is going on, K-Dog? Looks like he is now a Lobo fan, according to his little thingy there. All right, so Chad, what do you got in store for us?
I think we're going to talk some Batman, right?
Oh, we got all kinds of stuff to talk about.
Well, I'm handing that off to Carson. Back to you.
Oh, we're already talking. Let's do picks of the week first.
All right, let me go get it.
All right, and then we'll talk some Batman. Actually, Legend, before we get started on anything at all, I want to turn it over to you. Would you like to take some time to talk about Joe Sinnott?
Man, Joe Sinnott, you know, we lost Joe Sinnott. I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before. No, well, yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, poor guy passed away this week, 93 or 94. But, you know, I believe in my mind, that dude had to be the greatest freaking inker of the 20th century, man. All the work he did, like started with St. John's Publications. God, I can't remember the title, but St. John's, of course, you know, the classics over here, the old Three Stooges St. John's. I have have some of those right there, but started with them and went on and got hooked up with that 1950s Atlas, of course. That was pre Marvel, and got Stan Lee, and then Stan Lee got him and old Jack Kirby introduced to each other. And man, I couldn't think of a better freaking inker to ink any of Jack Kirby's early work in the Marvel Age, man. Of course, Marvel Age to me is the Silver Age of Marvel. Starting with 1961, where we always have some fun when we read about the four, because that's forevermore the best comic, world's greatest comic magazine. But man, he did a ton of damn work for Marvel, and also I did watched a little interview with him a while back, and he said someone was interviewing him at a con because he loved his fans. You know, that was one of the things that his family said, that Joe loved you all, and he loved his fans. And he said he loved to do commissions and sketches of Odin's son Thor himself, and of course my favorite, Ben Grimm, the Thing. You know, it's always clobbering time when you listen to me rhyme, but man, he is gone too soon, and there'll never be another one like him. You know, often duplicated, never replicated. But Joe Sinnott, gone too soon, man. Gone too soon.
I think he was 93.
93, man. That's old. You know, and you know, you say gone too soon, but you know, 93, man.
Maybe gone right on time.
Yeah, you lived a long life, man.
Yeah.
You know? But
I'm already tired of living, and I'm not nearly that old.
And in these current days, man, it feels that way, you know.
Oh, man. So well said, Legend. Thank you so much for that. So, okay, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get some rapid fire picks of the weeks here. So, Ant, you were just telling us before we went live, you finally got a chance to visit a comic shop. Did you get anything you're interested in talking about tonight?
So when I went to the comic book store, I had both kids. I got the rest of the rest of the Ninja Turtle and Power Rangers set, because I know the last issue came out last Wednesday.
So good.
Set. I can finally get to read it on Monday after I get my kids down for a nap. I can't wait. It's gonna be so exciting. I got The Boys Volume 3 because I wanted to read it after I watched the show. That cost me a good little penny. And then I can't remember. Oh, I got caught up on the Batman run, James Tillion's Batman run. James Tillion is one of my favorite writers. I've been a fan of his for years. Met him like a few times. He's just a great guy. And yeah, I think my daughter took the rest of my money with her books.
Nice. Yeah, that pretty much sounds like what my stack's going to be, so I can't wait to talk about those as well. So what about you, Drew? I know you got a lot of pictures.
Oh, man. I tell you what, I read a bunch of stuff this week. I also did a review video. It's on the Comic Core. Just check that out if you feel so inclined to know more about what I think about these things. But I picked up Power Rangers number 50. This is great. It's got a real shiny wraparound cover. You can barely see it on the camera because, that's the way light works.
Shiny.
Batman 93. This was real good, guys. We can talk about this when we talk about Batman.
Yeah.
I thought that was enjoyable. Middle West came out with a great issue. But I think my favorite two books this week were both DC books, man. Both DC books. Not to say that I didn't enjoy Empire, because I did. I just thought it was kind of a dense read. But as far as light and fun, Suicide Squad number 6 quickly becoming my favorite DC book. One of my favorite books every month. Deadshot uses a puppy to defend himself from Batman. It's really cool. The Batmobile gets stolen, and Deadshot's like, "Want me to call you an Uber?" And Batman's like, "You want me to call you an ambulance?" And it's pretty fucking awesome. I really dug it. But beyond that, I really, really enjoyed this 80th anniversary Green Lantern. And here you got the David Finch cover, an ode to bad haircuts here with Guy Gardner. I thought that was really great. In addition, I picked up a really crispy clean copy of X-Men 266 and 267 on a lot deal that was really awesome. Best cover of the week. Bam, this Immortal Hulk in Hook Lee variant. for zombies. I thought that was really dope. And if you guys want to see something else I got, I don't even know what it is yet. Bam! Megalopolis, City of Collectibles,
Ooh,
sent
okay.
me a giant box.
Ooh.
So I'm going to open that up while you all go.
Ain't
Barrett,
nothing
shut
like a
up.
good old
Somebody take his
mystery box,
wrench.
man. Ain't nothing like a mystery box.
I'm going to take Barrett's wrench, just a heads up.
Kat, what about
No
you?
more
What's
outbursts
your
from
chance to
Barrett.
check out
All
the-
right, so I just recently got my Midtown order, so I got me some new comics in today. So I did get the Joker 80th anniversary, the blank cover for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if cons ever open up, I'll have something very pretty on that. I also got that Catwoman 80th anniversary. The leather cover for it is what they're trying to say. It's not, but okay. But that's very pretty as well. I've already read that though. But one that my shops did sell out of and I was not able to get my hands on until now, and that is Batman the Adventures Continue issue 1. And I just love it. Honestly, it's a Bat Family cover. Even if I didn't end up loving this issue, which I have a pretty good feeling I will, it's got my family on it. So, it's got my seal of approval. I've also got Faithless 2, number 1, the erotica cover. I'm not going to show that off because, we're going to get in trouble.
But that Copa stuff, shoot.
Technically, it's art.
It is art. And then I've got the Batman 92. I could really care
Mark,
less.
is that how you get away with watching porn?
I could really care less about this character,
What?
but it's an
Somehow
art
I
germ
get away
cover,
with it?
and out of the two of them, I am collecting Batman. Out of the two, I was like, I'll get the art germ cover. But my pick of the week, and the one book that I was the most excited about out of this entire shipment, the one that I actually have had a chance to read, and that is Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, The Death of Nancy Drew. So this is a direct sequel to Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, The Big Lie. If you read that, I'm sure nobody on this chat actually has, but I loved The Big Lie so much. And in this, we open up to Nancy Drew's gravestone, and the boys are in mourning. And of course, they're looking to find out who exactly killed their girl Friday. And there's a lot of craziness going on. It's in the exact same tone as the original, and there's a little bit of a shocking, back page, which we all saw coming if you actually read this. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see what comes out of the death of Nancy Drew.
Yep. And
Did she die?
I picked this up this week.
Mark has a top pick as well. It's a bottle opener.
Oh, nice.
It's a shark.
Yeah.
Is it heavy?
Yeah,
It's
it's
kind of
metal.
heavy. It's metal.
Is it going to be the murder weapon?
We got two of them. It could be a murder weapon. I could.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Three of us tried to click that at the same time. All right, before we keep going with picks of the week, I want to get back into the chat real quick. We got Comic Noob joining us. What's going on, Comic Noob? K-Dog, he's still hanging out here. Just Rican in his comics trying to get Legend on his show.
I need to get over there and get on that show, man. I got to find out when a good time to go over there,
Rod never invites me anywhere.
Yeah, when you can't get Legend, just get Drew. It'll figure it out.
It'll all work out.
And then we got Flash Ray videos in the chat. What is going on, Flash Ray? So, Chad, what are your picks of the week, bud?
Not this. I haven't read it yet, but I picked it up. Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King.
Nice.
I enjoyed Thor. Superman sucks.
Bendis.
Batman and the Outsiders. It's kind of cool if you're a Jefferson Pierce fan.
Yeah,
And
I love me some Black Knight.
and I hate to agree with Drew on shit, but this was absolutely hilarious. And this is my pick of the week.
There
You know, that may be the cover I got with all of them on there, kind of.
That's the A cover.
Yeah, I may have got
the
that
Liam
cover.
Sharp.
Ordered.
Yeah, because I like Liam Sharp. Man, I love that guy.
I thought that was a good cover too. I really couldn't decide. I just thought that the Finch was probably the prettiest in my opinion because that Guy Gardner haircut, man. How do you turn down that haircut?
That's that
That's all I'm
classic
saying.
Mo Howard haircut back in the
Right.
Stooges
It,
days. man.
it would have been awesome if like Jock did a cover to it.
You know what Jock might do though?
Yeah, I do.
Show it.
Does everybody else know?
So,
I don't know, like scratch
know.
and itch. Is this a jock itch joke?
No, it's not a Jock itch joke. unless you got an itch for that Detective 880.
yeah,
Unless you got an itch for that Black Mirror story arc.
Yeah.
That's kind of Jock itch. we can
that
satisfy.
that Joker cover is awesome.
I do love that cover. Joker. One of the best characters, Chad. One of the best.
Yeah, fan freaking tastic.
You know how that was actually settled when he showed up in it showed up as an iconic Joker cover in that 80th anniversary.
Yeah, I
It's the
know.
Joker. It's the Joker.
It's the Joker.
Long-standing debate. Hey, you guys want to know what I
Yeah.
got in that box?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Man, I got my Age of Apocalypse wave.
There you
Sugar
go.
Man
nice.
Build-A-Figure. Yeah.
Do you have a Sabretooth Age of Apocalypse? Is there?
I do not. I do not. They released one years ago. It was a Toy Biz, but they haven't re-released one for the Hasbro figures.
Nice.
Damn.
I like that morph.
Yeah, the Morph is sick, and this Dark Beast.
The one thing that's hilarious.
Dope.
Are you gonna? Did you order the Apocalypse?
I did order the Apocalypse. Hell yeah.
No.
But this
Did
Sugar
you get
Man
it?
Build-A-Figure, man.
Well, that's the thing. Show
That's
everybody the
crazy.
Jean Grey. Show everybody the Jean Grey. Like is Sugar Man the look. Sugar Man takes up the entire box, and then
Right.
there's Jean.
They just kind of stuff her in the side.
You let him breathe, right? You're gonna let those.
I might even open these and put together Sugar Man during the show. Let's do that. You guys can put me on mute.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah, let's
I'm
do
liking
that.
that.
Do it.
Wow,
Bunch of dicks.
Carson.
I couldn't
Carson's
resist. It was
and
too easy.
Fuego.
It was too easy. All right.
No, there's going to be ripping a tape and all kinds of stuff going on over here.
Just mute him. We'll just put him on the big screen and just talk over him.
All right. He's already muted. All right. We got Justin Comics. He's in the chat. What's going on, Justin Comics? We got It's Me, the Truth, with a lot of smiley faces. Legend, you probably like that guy, I bet.
I'm a big fan of R-Truth. Ron Killings, one of the greatest wrestlers, workers they got in WWE. Of course, he's getting up there, so they don't use him that much.
And then, of course, Bearded Comic Bro. So if Andy isn't in the stream, he just laughs in the chat. Absolutely. There you go. LOL. Gotta love it. All right. So to wrap up picks of the week, I had a few I read as well. I got the Birds of Prey. There we go. Harley Quinn, the Birds of Prey, the DC Black Label. They got me with this, but you know when you got Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti, you kind of have to get it. This book was a lot of fun. I just went through the last one on my pull list at my shop, so I was gonna wait for the hardcover, but I'm like, I'll show some support.
It's Connor.
Exactly, Amanda Connor doing the whole book, not just the covers. The whole book.
Yeah.
The whole book is beautiful, and it's hilarious too. So highly recommend. My boy is back, and he's hanging out with Superman finally. This issue wasn't too bad, actually. I haven't been keeping track of all the Bendis stuff. And actually, in this, I kind of skipped over the Daily Planet storyline because I just wanted to read Superman, Connor, and John Kent all hanging out. But it was a lot of fun. Hopefully, we get some more of that in this House of Kent storyline, and it's not going to have a whole issue dedicated to Lois and Jimmy and all of them not doing things. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, absolutely had fun with that. Angel and Spike, I'm pretty close to dropping the Buffy Boom stuff. I just have not been a fan of most of the books post the Hellmouth crossover, but it's kind of interesting that they brought in Officer Kate from season 1, and she's the best thing going in both books somehow. I read that Texas Blood. Check out Whitewell Comics and John's Comics with Kids review of this. If you guys want to know more, I highly recommend checking out there. I think they did it an hour on Wednesday. But yeah, it was okay. Probably not the book for me, so I'm probably just going to keep the first issue. And if someone says it gets a lot better, I might revisit it. I know Ant was looking forward to these, so I won't say too much about him because he hasn't read them yet. But TMNT 105, still one of my top favorite books going right now. This issue was a ton of fun. Just seeing them like all like the Mutant Town stuff is going to be really cool, and that's what they're building towards. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with that book. Jinnick also wrapped up this week. Wasn't the biggest fan of the miniseries, but I think this was the strongest issue of the three. It was just cool kind of seeing this get its finale finally. I'm looking forward to seeing if they start another miniseries. I'd like to see just a miniseries about Mutant Town at this point because there's so many new characters they have thrown in there and introduced in like the last 6 months, basically. I guess we're going to talk about Batman 93 here in a few, but this is kind of like my big hopping on point where I actually had a chance to sit down and read the entire issue. I've got the other ones over there. I just have not had a chance to read them since Tynan hopped on the title. So had fun with this one, though. I'm probably done with Exorcisters. It's been too long since I read the previous volume, so I kind of forgot what was going on. But I remember the first volume was a lot of fun, but I might have to revisit it before I completely understand what's
It's
going on.
fun, but switch to trade. That's what
That's what I'm going to do, yeah. Hopefully with Image, they might get a nice hardcover treatment eventually. But, yeah, I think I'm switching the trade on that. And then, of course, pick of the week has to go. I know, Ant, you're going to think this is a C-list character. But Green Lantern, giant size, 80th anniversary. This book was awesome. This kind of just like, I was going to flip through it and then read the rest of my stuff, then just completely read this. But I ended up like not even reading my comics until today because I got so dragged into this book when I started flipping through it.
Who did that cover, Carson?
This one's the Neil Adams cover. It's the only copy my shop had was the Neil Adams stuff.
Man,
so.
it looks
My
good.
shop didn't have a copy of that.
I was personally kind of wanting the Ivan Rice cover just because that's my favorite runner
Yeah.
for Lantern, basically. Or the I keep forgetting the guy's name, but they had one of the Mondo poster artists did like the 50s variant.
That one was really good too.
But
And,
this
and
one,
I'll tell you, I agree. He's a C-list character, and it was
I
my
didn't
pick
say
of the
it
it was
Right,
my
yeah,
pick of the week
Alan's
too.
the one. Alan's the one that thinks Green Lantern steal Anthony loves him some Green Lantern, don't you, Anthony, man?
Green Lantern's about a B.
He a B for you. He's B for you.
He's about a B. B minus. You want to,
this reminds me of why Green Lantern should be considered that A-list once again. I know he's got to earn that spot back in the 2000s. A-list, 2010s, probably B-list. I'll give you that. But yeah, a lot of cool storytellers in here. You got Jeff Johns returning to a Green Lantern title. You got Denny O'Neil's last story, I believe, is published in this book. Somehow, though, out of all the other creators, and then Darwin Cooks. Oh, not Darwin Cook. Dwayne. God, why can't I think? The guy who basically wrote a lot of the Justice League Unlimited, who passed away. His widow actually does a story with Jon Stewart and Hot Girl. So that was pretty cool. But my favorite story, I think, was the Robert Venditti story, of all things, where it's like it takes place in the future, and it's just 3 of the 4 Green Lanterns hanging out in a bar telling stories, and they're kind of flashing the 4 Horsemen sign. They're basically the 4 Corpsemen. So it's got to be a tribute to, Ric Flair and the 4 Horsemen. But it's just them having drinks every year. And then, unfortunately, one of them has passed away, and you kind of get to see them visit the gravestone of the fallen, former Green Lantern, of course, since they're all old. But it's just a cool story, and it's probably one of the more unique ones toward the end. So easily my pick of the week is the Green Lantern 80th. I think out of all these giant books that DC's put out, this was easily the best one, in my opinion.
Man, that's awesome, Carson. Let me go over my picks of the week before we get into the Batman story. First off, big shout out right here. Let me show you on the big screen here. Here we go. We got the Wild Berry Skittles, man. That's my favorite damn flavor. I stopped off at the old 7-Eleven on the way home just to get some of those bad boys. Last night I was, it had a great time. I was over there on Andy Given Thursday. That is the show on Thursday night here on the Comic Core, and it's hosted by one of our best Comic Man Andy. And Comic Man Andy, we were on there with Rob Wurst, and his buddy Rhino was on there. We were talking, how to take care of your comics and, the storage and everything like that, how you store your comics. And we were talking also, I was letting them know that I'm currently reading the original Old Man Logan by Mark Millar and Steve McNiven, the old school dude from the Civil War. And man, so I've read the first 3 issues of that. Let's see, it was issues 66, 67, and 68 from that 2003 volume, but it was written in 2008. Man, I'm loving that story, Old Man Logan. I'm not going to give you a rundown because I want everyone to read it and then watch Modern Men, because that's what won the poll last week. It was the Old Man Logan original storyline. So on Monday, Drew Manchu and Seawood 19 and Comic Man Andy, they're going to be going over the Old Man Logan with Mark Millar and Steve McNiven. But it's 50 years into the future after a big event where all the superheroes pretty much got annihilated. Logan stepped away from the Wolverine persona, and he's kind of like just an old man. He's an old man Logan, and he's got, the grizzled skin, looking like an old school Clint Eastwood. It's kind of got that post-apocalyptic style Mad Max, but also a little bit of that good, bad, and the ugly. If they had a post-apocalyptic Clint Eastwood movie, I'm sure there was one done one of those years. But you get a lot of cool little Easter eggs. Like there was this Hulk gang that's supposedly Bruce Banner's grandkids, and they were riding in the the Fantastic Four car. Oh man, and they was writing out and graffiti all over my beloved Fantastic Four's favorite freaking vehicle, the Fantastic Car. But yeah, I'm really digging that storyline, and I read the first 3 issues. I read them quick. The art, I love the artwork. I love the Mark Millar on the writing. So I'm excited to tune in on Monday night and find out what the Seawood 19 and Drew Manchu and Comic Man Andy think about Old Man Logan. Of course, I don't really read Wolverine, X-Men, or anything very much. So I'm reading these on the Marvel Unlimited app. And after I read this 8-part series, I'm also going to read that, I think it was an annual or some kind of special one-shot that they did. So I'm excited to read that. And make sure y'all tune in on Monday night to see what the modern men think of that modern masterpiece of Old Man Logan. Good stuff, Carson.
Awesome. Well, let's get back to the chat, and then we need to talk some Batman here. We got Ricky Markstadt. He's on the Facebook side right now, so big thanks for checking out the Facebook feed, Ricky. We still got K-Dog hanging out. He says Reynolds will be the Lantern again in the Snyder Cut. Oh, ew, that sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Right now.
Whew. And look at this. We got Two Brothers Comics. What's going on, Two Brothers? I believe they just crossed 1,000 subscribers this week. So big congratulations to the Two Brothers. They've been putting in a lot of work over there on their YouTube channel. So if you guys haven't checked them out already, definitely do that. And then Just In Comics is still hanging out as well. And then Chris Baird, of course, he says he just watches that Modern Men. That's the easiest way to get that book review. And hey, I always encourage reading along though. So, all right. So our topic, or I would say one of our 2 topics for tonight, because while we got in here, I want to ask him about some DC TV. But first, we're going to talk about some Batman. So basically, what happened this last week is one of the legendary Batman directors, Joel Schumacher, unfortunately passed away, and he's got stuff popping up already. And then this happened as well. So there's a big rumor going around that Michael Keaton is to return as Batman.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't had a chance to check this out, check out Villain Daily. Drew's going to be taking over the access to this starting Monday, and we'll get into that a little bit later this evening about a certain comic book that I promised everybody. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So going back to Joel Schumacher, he directed Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, of course. But he also did some other awesome movies. One of my favorites is Falling Down, like one of Michael Douglas's best performances. And I mean, just what a movie that is. I think just the message it sends to culture in general can't be understated. So I think that would be his top movie. Does anyone have any before we get into our big Batman talk, does anyone have any notes or anything they want to talk about involving Joel Schumacher?
Lost
Yeah,
Boys.
St. Elmer's Fire, Lost Boys,
Mhm.
Flatliners. The guy was like a late 80s, early 90s movie guru. And it was kind of the less than stellar response to his Batman films, which were basically Happy Meal toy commercials. And a lot better than people remember them. Is especially if you look at them through the lens of like the campy 60s TV show and the campy comics of the late 50s through the early 70s, where Batman was kind of a joke. So if you look at it that way, those are really quite enjoyable movies. If you're looking for a funny movie, a comedy, a send up for the kind of material that is being directed towards kids, but adults can understand and laugh at the tongue-in-cheek humor. I think they're really not that bad when you look at some of the off superhero movies we've gotten throughout the pantheon of superhero movies. Go watch Modern Men and see what we think about superhero movies. Most of them are absolute crap when it comes down to it. And I don't think these movies were that bad. But he did so many great things with the Brat Pack. He did a lot of really, really great movies with really great ensemble casts, and he'll always be remembered as the guy who put nipples on Batman.
And you know, one of my favorite things was if you look at the Mr. Freeze character that Arnold Schwarzenegger played, he had all those classic lines like you would hear from the 66 series, like chill out or welcome to the cooler. And if you look at that Mr. Freeze, he looked just like the Otto Preminger Mr. Freeze, you know. So I think that he was a humongous fan of the old campy Batman series. And, you know, those two movies were kind of like a love letter to, you know, that Batman stuff that he probably grew up watching. And like Drew said, Lost Boys, classic freaking movie, man. Corey Haim for life. Corey Feldman was in there. You got the two Coreys, man. You got Kiefer Sutherland. You got freaking Bill, whatever his last name is, from Bill and Ted was a vampire on there. It's a damn good movie. So, yeah, just like Drew said, I mean, he was all over the place in those 80s and 90s. And, of course, all of us, you know, we all grew up watching his movies in the theater or when we used to get them from Blockbuster videotapes. Yeah.
Nice.
Fantastic creator, just to add on to what everyone else has said. And his Batman was the first real Batman film that I'd ever seen in theaters. So it's something that I understand a lot of people think it's campy nonsense, but you know what? It's nonsense from my childhood, and I love it. I love it. So
Amen to that. I mean, shoot, my dad was a huge Batman fan, and we watched all of them movies at the theater. It was awesome.
Yeah, I would like to say that if it wasn't for Joe Schumacher's Batman, I don't know how much I'd be in the comics, to be honest with you. I was a young kid when the movie came out, and my mom took me. I remember seeing, I'm like, oh, this is so good. I mean, I was still a kid. So then I started watching the cartoons, and then I asked her to buy me the books, so she started ordering. So that really got me in the comics. So without Joe Schumacher, there would be no real comic book talk. That's all I can talk.
Nice. All right, so chronicling our Batman we got to talk about here. We got to go all the way back to 1966 for basically the guy who started. I mean, I'm not going to talk about the serials. We won't get into that. But 1966, we're going to talk about Adam West Batman first. The guy who, in my opinion, basically is, okay, there's legend there. Somebody's hitting buttons. So, Ant-Man, what do you think about Adam West's Batman?
Adam West is all right. So people who don't know, I'm from DC, and we have our own music called Go-Go, and we have a person who started. His name is Chuck Brown. Right, he's called the Godfather of Go-Go, and he may he have a rest in peace. Adam West is the Godfather of live action Batman. Like he is literally like first you think about a person, you think of a Batman, or who first person live action, you think of Adam West. Adam West is that guy. Like if it wasn't for him, none of this would have happened. He took Batman, which still campy, and he was made fun of, put him in made him popular as a pop culture, and then it just rose from there. So we got rid of it. Without Adam West, Batman would probably still be made fun of to this day right now as a guy who dresses in a batsuit.
Man, I'm with you, man. I love Adam West so much. Back around I think it was 2013. No, it couldn't have been that. It was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. I don't quite remember, but I got this awesome book, and it's like a Batman. It's like a celebration of the TV show, a classic TV series. I got a ton of illustrations. This is the dust jacket, man. When you Batman, the only dust jacket you need is just the freaking utility belt. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull this out real quick. Look at that thing, man. You got the utility belt there. So, and I got this bad boy double signed. Carson loves signed books. And I got this bad boy double signed right here by Adam West and Burt Ward. And I got to meet him. And Adam West, I feel so bad, man. He passed away about 2 months later through, can't remember what it was, man, but you know how it is. It's just gone too soon. And, of course, I get up there. And the only thing I really asked him, because, assembly line basically, but I asked Adam West how it was to work with 3 of my favorites, man. When Adam West was in that old Western movie with the Stooges, I asked him how was it working with Mo, Larry, and Curly, and he said, off the camera, when they were in the chair just resting, he said they were really calm guys. Actually, it was Curly Joe Dorita, because Curly and Shemp, they had passed away by then, but he said they were real calm guys, but man, when the cameras started rolling, those guys, man, they started flowing with a bunch of fun and, the crazy antics they were known for. And then after I kind of chatted with him, gave him a little fist bump. I mean, his line only took about, maybe 20 minutes. And then so the next line was the Burt Ward line. That damn line took 40 freaking minutes because Burt Ward was there selling this damn dog food. And man, Burt Ward loves the ladies. You can, go back and try to listen to some of the old stories of how Adam West and Burt Ward was getting all the fun with the ladies. But man, Burt Ward was talking to the women in the line, and man, he was just taking too long with the ladies and flirting with them. But finally, we got him to sign the book, and that was good. But Adam West, Burt Ward, like a lot of you, that's what I was watching before that 1989 Michael Keaton Batman came to the big screen,
Yeah, for me, when I think Adam West, I think of when I was 8, 9, 10 years old. I'd wake up Saturday morning, and then I'd have to get the thing out to turn the big ass satellite dish outside to Channel 4 out of Indianapolis, Indiana, to try to get that signal so I could watch in syndication the Batman series. Because I didn't know what was going to happen as a kid with Batman, but all I knew is I love that Adam West stuff. So absolutely awesome. But that works.
It sucked you in because every episode ended with a freaking cliffhanger. Just like some of the best comics we have of today, they always end with a damn cliffhanger. I've been just the first 3 issues of the Old Man Logan, every damn issue ends in a cliffhanger. So you're always wanting to be ready for that next issue, and you always want to drop that $2.99, $3.99, whatever the prices you get, but you're always ready to get that next issue, our next episode, because same bat time, same bat channel,
Oh, yeah.
How many times have we said that stuff before? It's embedded in our brains, but that is what the greatest of the great shows do. And like Anthony said, man, that Batman 66, that is a humongous part of pop culture. If you go back in time in 1965, the 2 big shows basically were the Munsters and the Addams Family. But man, Munsters in 66, they had to cut it off because by the time that happened, people were wanting the Batman, They weren't wanting the monsters anymore. They wanted to see some superheroes and some celebrity villains.
Yeah, but I never had that same bat time, same bat channel, because when it's in syndication, you never really knew when the hell it was coming on. So it's the same bat time, same bat channel. I look at the clock. I learned how to tell time trying to find that show. I tell you,
I came on after school. I was ready. I knew what time mine was on.
Man, back in the old days in the playroom in the old house, man, I remember that with TVs with the dials trying to find WNUV TV 54.
I mean, absolutely.
They had the Batman in the afternoons.
Look at those.
Yep.
Absolutely, this movie started it, but I mean, the 89 made Batman the Bat God that we all know as of now.
You could thank Denny O'Neil for that too, because Denny O'Neil turned that 1966 pop culture, that gray costume, that kind of Batman, and he started donning more black colors and stuff like that. And man, he started getting that, he started really being the Dark Knight, coming out of the shadows, just taking people down. And man, that was that 1989, Chad, man. That's what gave it to us. I know, Carson, that's like one of your most memorable moments of your childhood, going to the theater, seeing that 1989 Batman, getting the freaking graphic novel comic inspired by the movie and stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, I was going to say, when we talked about, Keaton as Batman, I can't remember like a bigger merchandising juggernaut than that movie. I mean, the closest thing that came to it was Turtles, just because it was an overall huge property with the comic, the TV show, and the movie all hitting at the same time with the action figure line. But Batman, like, besides, playing with Michelangelo over here on the side, I remember that movie came out, like, me and my brother, we ended up getting the Batmobile, the Bat Cave, the Bat Plane, at least one version of Batman, a version of the Joker. It was like little kid heaven. So, and I believe, thinking about it, it may be the first movie I have memories of seeing as a kid, period, in a theater. So that movie, I watched it today. I don't think it's aged as well as a lot of us thought, but
because he can't turn his head.
That too, absolutely.
Well, he couldn't turn his head until The Dark Knight. Batman could never turn his head.
There's so many epic moments in that.
Oh, there is.
Like this.
Vicky Vale.
Bruce Wayne.
And what do you do for a living?
Lieutenant, is there a 6-foot bat in Gotham City?
Nice outfit.
Are we actively looking for copyright strike?
You look fine.
I didn't ask. I have given a name to my pain.
What are you?
I'm Batman. Where did you get those wonderful toys?
And you know what else really brings that movie is that freaking Danny Elfman musical score. Of course, they used that in the intro to the Batman, the animated series. That was one of the things I remembered as well. And like Carson said, that action figure line that Toy Biz did where Batman's like belt came out and then it had that little, little repeller type thing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was cool, man. Having Batman hang from like your chairs in the kitchen and all that. And Chad showed that part where the Batwing goes in front of the moon, dude, that was freaking cool. It's been done before, E.T., the bike and all. The damn Batwing looked way cooler than the bike.
I'm about to say the Batman looks way better than E.T.
Yeah, hell yeah. Man, Batman will mess E.T. up.
And Kat, you said the Schumacher films, that's your Batman?
No. That's my first iteration of Batman that I remember seeing in theaters, and that's something that I've always loved. I know it's campy. I know it's got a lot of issues.
Tonight's forecast. A freeze is coming.
Allow me to break the ice.
You are not sending me to the cooler. Freeze well.
I know it's campy, but
The Ice Age.
that's my Freeze, though. I read a comic with Freeze, and I totally do it in an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. I'm not even gonna lie. Schwarzenegger, 100%. That's my Freeze.
I'm afraid that my condition has left me cold to your pleas of mercy.
Yeah, I just remember seeing this in a theater, and I thought that movie sucked ice. I'm sorry.
Dude, I was a little youngin' watching that in theaters for the first time, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I'm not gonna lie.
I was a big fan of when they suited up and you got to look at Alicia Silverstone's butt.
I still don't think it's as bad as people like say it is. Personally,
It certainly isn't. It's better than
Now-
the Joker.
If people want to talk about what my Batman is and my favorite out of the live action Batman films, Batman Returns.
Yep.
We have the perfect Catwoman, 100%. We have a fantastic Joker, and we have a great Batman. Hello. What more do we need? I prefer Batman Returns over 89. And I understand a lot of people are going to disagree with that statement, but that's my personal preference.
You like that Penguin? You like that little Danny DeVito and his daddy,
I like
Paul
that
Rubens,
Pfeiffer.
hitting him down that in that Moses basket. And that dude was like, they got rid of him because he had them flipper hands. I was like, what kind of parents get rid of that kid because they got the flipper hands?
Batman Returns was the first time we all realized just how screwed in the head Tim Burton was. That movie is really messed up when you take a second to think about it.
Out of all of the live action Batman films, that is the one that I watch the most often out of every single Batman live action film.
I was gonna say, Kat, I think you kind of stole my hot take. So
sorry.
awesome. No, that's great. I'm glad someone already agrees with what I was gonna say.
That's your hot take?
That's your hot
Batman Returns?
Michelle
I think Batman Returns was the better movie.
and Michael Keaton as
Then 89?
Catwoman
I
iteration.
think Forever is
I
better
thought
than
that was
Returns.
Fantastic. I thought that was fantastic. Look at that. You tell me that's not Catwoman.
That's awesome.
Catwoman right there. Literally, when she is talking to the Penguin and she starts licking her glove and she's giving herself like a bath. Yes.
I don't know.
Then they have the
When the
standoff-
best part of your movie is Max Shrek, you got a
I was
problem.
gonna say Max Shrek. Christopher Walken was legit in that movie too. Like you can't.
He's the most legit part of that movie.
Dude, that entire movie is legit. Don't
I
even.
think it gets better every time you watch it.
Yes, it does.
You gotta love it. Max is Christopher Walken, man. That's one of the first movies, like early movies, that I recognized Christopher Walken's work in, because I was just a young kid, but I always remember him in that movie, dude, because just the voice and the mannerisms, so classic.
I did dress up as the Penguin for Halloween that year, by the way.
Oh, good for you, man.
We got the blockbuster that was 89, right? We got the art film that was Batman Returns. We got the toy commercial that was Batman and Robin, and we got the overblown, overproduced romantic comedy version of Batman with Batman Forever. Then we get some cinematic masterpiece when a man named Christopher Nolan takes the helm for Batman Begins.
Masterpiece. Real strong. Real strong word. Real strong.
I have something. I have something to add to that, but I won't.
No, go for it.
Well, I'm going to tell you. Out of those three films, I think Returns is a piece of shit, and I love the other two.
You mean Rises?
I like Rises. I like Dark Knight.
You don't like Batman
I don't
Begins?
like Return. I don't like Begins.
Really?
Oh, Begins is
Wow.
amazing.
I
You get
don't
all the
like
Ra's al
That
Ghul
was
stuff. You get all their
I'm boring.
training. You get the setup of
Al
Gotham
Ghul.
as a really scary, terrible place.
I'm with Kat. Batman
fallen
Begins is the worst of those three.
Wow.
I sleep so many times watching that. movie.
Rises, in my opinion, I could give or take. Batman Begins is probably my favorite Batman movie. I think that only because Dark Knight focuses so much on Joker, and I love that about it. I think Batman takes the back seat in the Dark Knight. But
I like that Joker.
Oh yeah, it was phenomenal. No argument there. It was phenomenal. But I think that Batman Begins, you get to see the way that he began, and that's what you want. His origin story told in that detail, where you get to see him doing his training. You get to see where he learned all these martial arts, how he learned how to get in the mind of a criminal, what drove him to be Batman in the first place. It's so year one in so many ways that it's just really perfect. I really enjoyed it, down to the tease of the Joker card and the post credit was just phenomenal. Everything about that movie I love.
Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul's casting as Liam Neeson was perfect.
I like that.
And I thought that Cillian Murphy as the Scarecrow was was a great throwaway villain while at the same time being intimidating and believable. The only problem I have with either of those two movies is the Katie Holmes / Maggie Gyllenhaal character who doesn't need to be in it at all.
Yeah,
it's just kind of the way to make Two-Face happen in Dark Knight and I kind of draw him into this plot of the Joker they didn't want to be a part of. Kind of shows his weakness there, but man, that character's terrible. But beyond that, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight are just so absolutely phenomenal. Not only the best Batman movies, in my opinion, but some of the greatest films in the history of cinema, in my opinion.
Well, they messed that Bane up, though. I didn't like the Bane. I wanted that, South America voice Bane from that cartoon.
Yeah. Well, you merely adopted the darkness. He was born in it.
I actually got grounded when I went to go see that in theaters.
Right.
Because,
You don't watch
there was that
Our movie.
punishment, Pinkman.
that happened, very unfortunate.
That shooter, that evil shooter guy.
That happened, and that was right when the movie had first started coming out. And Mama Cat sat me down and let me know that I was not allowed to go see that because of everything that was going on. She wasn't having that, and she found out that I went, and I snuck around and went to go see it. So I got grounded, and my mom never grounded me for anything. So.
In the heated passion of talking about how many movies we like, we kind of forgot our topic. We're talking about live action Batman. And in all of this craziness, we forgot about one Batman.
Ben Affleck, man.
No. Val Kilmer, stop clicking on things. I need to show Val Kilmer. Batman Forever, Val Kilmer. Great. Bob Kane's favorite Batman, even though no one likes Bob Kane either. But it was his
Bill
choice.
Finger, all the way. Bill Finger. Oh, another great thing.
Bill Finger like Ben Affleck.
First time that Bill Finger actually saw his name in the credits was for a Batman 1966 episode.
Oh,
wow.
Bill Finger all the way.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that girl as Catwoman.
I didn't like her as Catwoman, but she's way hotter than Michelle Pfeiffer.
How dare you, Drew?
Very daringly.
We're not going to talk Catwoman. I want to ask a question. Carson, who's your Batman?
Oh man, it really is a tough. Like, there's so many decent portrayals. It's a tough one. I almost kind of do want to say Val Kilmer, because to me in that movie, even though it was a goofy-ish movie, not as goofy as the next one would be, he at least, in my opinion, made a decent Bruce Wayne and a decent Batman, whereas most of the other guys make a great Batman and a terrible Bruce Wayne, or vice versa. Like Christian Bale, for instance, phenomenal Batman. I even dug the voice. I did at the beginning of the show as a goofy joke, of course, but his Bruce Wayne sucked. I'm sorry. He did minimal detective work, but I really did enjoy him in that movie, or all three of the movies. Michael Keaton looked phenomenal as Batman. Anytime I get a Batman sketch, if I can get it done like Michael Keaton, that version of the costume is amazing. And no George Clooney, of course. Do we even need to bring up George Clooney?
Why are you hating on Clooney? He wasn't a half bad Batman.
It wasn't half bad. It was a bad situation.
It was a bad role.
Yeah, it was a bad movie.
Affleck. I think Ben Affleck was better than George Clooney.
I agree.
I think Affleck happens to be one of the better Batmans.
Well, he turned out for an older Batman. Ben Affleck, man, it was.
But we're talking older Batman too, because we're gonna stroll into that. But ultimately, I live action. I'm gonna have to. I would say Affleck, right?
Damn, all right, well, good. That's good.
Live action, I have to say Bale. He was in the best movie.
You like Bale? Well, that's like a damn. I'm going after. That's like a person going after a damn spec book. He was in the best movies. They made the most money. Batman is right here.
But I hate to say my
Affleck's the second, but Adam West, man.
My Batman, and I'm bummed out about this, and that's why I'm kind of pumped about this news and this topic, because my Batman is Kevin Conroy, right?
Yeah, but
that's everybody's Batman. That's not fair.
But the Kevin Conroy that I enjoyed wasn't the Batman animated series. It was
like that Infinite Crisis.
It was the Batman Beyond.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the old man Batman.
Because I when they made that comment that there was going, I mean, this was years ago. I think in like 2008, it was really, really up for debate that they were going to make a Batman Beyond movie, and like to see a Terry, like when you say that Michael Keaton's coming back, I mean, that is badass because there's a possibility we get this.
Old man Batman.
Mr. Wayne? Mr. Wayne! Terry, you're hurt. Just groggy. Who did this? It was me. Human. Destroy it! Way ahead of you. Batmobile! Ignition! Sorry, pal, but you're history. Who sent that thing? It didn't say. Whoever it was. They didn't stop at one. Seven against two. Pretty bad odds. For them.
I got phased into all of those Batmans from the history, and it had the Detective Comics 27, the original Batman.
So I guess I gotta kind of drop my mic on this one.
Everyone knew the Flashpoint. You know he's gonna go the future. He's gonna see old man Batman.
He's signing a multi.
He hasn't signed anything yet. Everything's a rumor at this point. Everything's a rumor at this point. And I'll tell you what, right now, I really like that news. I also like the news that they're talking about bringing in Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who played Thomas Wayne in BVS, to be the Thomas Wayne Flashpoint Batman as well. They're talking about bringing all kinds of people into this Flashpoint movie. But they've also been talking about making a Flash movie forever. And they're not any farther along on it than they ever have been.
I think the news.
You really think Ezra Miller is going to be the star of a movie after he beat up a woman in a bar like that? I'm just saying. This is all. There's a lot of rumors and innuendo out there, and I think we need to address all of it. And I think that Michael Keaton, it's exciting to think he's going to come back and play the role as an older Batman, as a mentor character, maybe as just
But he's even commented on it, and
he has, sure, because he wants to do it. It's a big.
He's done 2 interviews that since Monday that state I'm looking at multi times. If he's going to be in Flashpoint, I'm only going to be Bruce Wayne in that movie. He's actually on record for saying those exact words. And the multi-deal would lead us to believe that there's going to be a Batman Beyond.
I would hope so. But at the same time, we are getting a new Batman before that.
It looked like that suit's wearing him.
You're wrong, man. I think the car looks dope. I think the suit looks dope. I think the cowl looks awesome. I think the collar looks great. I think that the whole aesthetic of the thing looks amazing.
Big Twilight fan here, people.
I know. I actually hated Twilight. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. But I'm willing to give Pattinson a chance because it doesn't take much to play Batman if all the trapping is around it. You know, he's a competent actor. I think that as long as the stunt coordinator and the special effects guy are super good, it doesn't really matter who's in that suit. Let's be honest. It's not like, you know, there's the thing like,
it matters who's in the suit. I just want to throw that. It really does matter.
Nah, man, because I'll tell you this much right now. Robert Downey Jr., right? I don't believe he's a genius, but he does look pretty cool with those like flashing lights when it looks like he's supposed to be in the Iron Man suit. So like that's good enough for me. As long as the special effects can fill in the gaps, I'm not worried about him, you know, refusing to bulk up. Or as long as the fight choreography is shot properly, doesn't matter if he's a badass or not. He's an actor. He's not going to go out and fight crime. You know, he's going to make you believe that he can fight crime, but it doesn't mean that he actually has to be able to. I'm willing to give Robert Pattinson a chance because I think the production value and the design so far is just so top notch.
And I tell you, before we get to the voice of the reason, I'm going to go over to Carson real quick, but I'm going to say something first. When the car looks better than the Batman, then you just want to see the car. My thing is, with this character, he's young, so you know we're going to have another fucking origin story. I got to see those goddamn pearls hit the fucking ground again. You hate those pearls, goddamn it. Now, Carson, go voice of the reason.
All I know is I can't process yet what Drew just said. So I'm going to go back to the chat. And we're going to see what's going on there. We got William Byrd. Says that Batmobile looks reminiscent of what in the comics when he was a kid. We got Rob Worst, the worst person in the chat. He says emo Batman looks like Griffith from Berserk and popped the whole panel. We still got Bubs Comics. What's going on, Bubs? He's been making me laugh the whole chat. Bubs, he's always great. That No Faces chat on Monday nights.
Bubs actually lied in the chat earlier. He said that Barrett's wrench was safe. It's not. He's on thin ice with me.
It's okay. It's okay, Barrett. Your wrench is safe with me.
Even though I was still
I'll give you a new one.
We got Ricky Markstead.
Mark, your wrench isn't safe either. You're quiet down.
It to the Green Hornet car. Let's see who else we got in here. We still got Chaos and Comics. He was talking about his favorite Batman earlier from the porn parody and all that stuff. Good job, Chaos and Comics. Let's see what else. William Byrd once again. And then K-Dog subbing up Chris Barrett. All right, so Ant-Man, I know you had something to say to Drew after he got done with his, we'll call it a tirade for right now. So Ant-Man, I'm going to Ant-Man, then we're going to Cat next.
Yep.
I don't understand how Drew thinks that Robert Pattinson looks. It doesn't matter who's in a Batman suit. It really does matter. If you're not a great actor, you don't have to be great. If you are a terrible actor and you're, let's say your movie's not all that great, you can boost up the movie. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like Batman versus Superman. Those people are wrong. But they still don't like him. But you can't deny what Ben Affleck did in the role. He was fantastic. In the Snyder Cut, he will be fantastic next year. So it matters who's in the Batman suit. I don't understand why you say that doesn't matter. Special effects matter. They do matter, but
that ain't Ben Affleck in those fights.
Hey, let him finish.
It's not Ben Affleck in those fights.
Drew.
Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne. Ben Affleck doing detective work. That's Ben Affleck. It's making you believe that he really saw the Flash come out of the Speed Force and give him a message. That's Ben Affleck. That's the one who sold him. It's Ben Affleck who stood up in the Batmobile and asked Superman, "Do you believe?" With that was Ben Affleck. That wasn't no scrawny little kid that's getting smacked around by a couple goons.
It was also Ben Affleck who said, "Why did you say that name? Why did you say that name?"
Hey, look, as bad as that line was, he pulled it off as best as you can.
I don't know. Look, my point isn't that it doesn't matter who's in the bat suit as far as who's the actor portraying him. I'm just saying the action scenes. That wasn't Ben Affleck doing that fight choreography. It just wasn't. It wasn't George Clooney in his movie doing a fight. They have a stunt double. His face is fully covered. They're not going to put a stunt double out there. They have a stunt double for the man. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Kat, go ahead.
All right. First off, Drew, you're wrong.
Never been.
And let me.
I mean, there's a
once
chance
again
that it's the
say,
first time, but I've
Anthony,
never been wrong before.
Anthony, my dear, I'm going to do a shot for you here in a second because 100% I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to talk about Batfleck, and I did not believe in Batfleck when it first happened. But you know what? I watched him in films. I loved it. I think that he was one of the best Bruce Waynes that we've had on screen. And I felt like he was fantastic. He was believable as Batman. And I enjoyed it. Stop it. Anywho.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. Anywho.
Really?
Let us go on into Twilight Batman because that is what Robert Pattinson should be known as. I'm sorry. You're going to tell me that this punk Robert Pattinson is refusing to, first off, put on weight for Batman? First off, fuck you.
Whoa,
you're supposed to be
this is a
Batman.
kid's show.
This is not a kid
And his
show,
fucking
okay?
pearls,
Did you
man.
not see
Those
the
pearls,
did you
too.
not see the warning beforehand? Okay. We had Carson, aka, Christian Bale, doing the whole warning beforehand. But you're not willing to put on weight as Batman? Who the hell are you to say that you're too good to attempt to be what the vision of Batman is? Batman is bigger than Robert Pattinson. Batman is something that kids are looking up to. To me, Batman is this almost unstoppable being because he's the superhero without powers who has a plan to take out the rest of the Justice League. Robert Pattinson is the guy who threw out his back lifting Kristen Stewart. I could kick Robert Pattinson's ass. I'll put that down right now.
She got you there, Drew. She got you there.
100% without even trying.
You're all going to go see
Without
this
even
movie.
trying.
Rick
All you
Martel, brother.
fanboys and fangirls on this panel,
right now,
we're all going to pop so hard for this movie when it hits theaters.
Now, so far, I am so disappointed with the casting, and I'm so disappointed with so many things I'm hearing about this. Yes, there might be certain things that look great in the background, but if you have a shitty Batman, you have a shitty Batman. And you've got this little punk that's trying to play Batman. And I'm so disappointed. Warner Brothers, DC, I am a DC girl. I bleed DC throughout my heart. But I am disappointed with this.
He'll be the only Batman to get the female clap under the suit.
Disappointed. No. That's Christian Bale, my dear. That is Christian Bale.
Going after
even
Drew's
Odin
Batman.
agrees.
She going after Drew's Batman.
Even Odin agrees.
Girl, you got a drink on that one. Hell yeah.
But Anthony, my dear, 100%. This Batman is a disgrace.
Yes.
Y'all are going to love it when it comes out. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear you all be like, "Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's Batman." And I'll be like, "Oh, don't you remember when he was the Twilight guy?" Like,
Punk
shut
Batman.
up. He's Batman now. I
Punk
can see
Batman.
it happening.
I
A few
don't
months in the
Punk.
future, I can see
Punk
it happening.
Batman.
How about
Okay.
that
Oh,
Jeremy
Batman.
Irons? Jeremy Irons is Alfred. And
that's
also a Batman or a Bruce Wayne's Alfred has to be good too. And I think old Jeremy Irons played off Ben Affleck that was awesome.
I
Great
really-
He
combo.
was great as Alfred too. Like it was a different take on it. But I really dug Michael Caine as Alfred.
Oh, yeah, he's good. He's good too.
It was the original
There's
Batman
something
Alfred.
in the
What was
chat
his
that
name?
made me laugh so
He
hard.
was old school. I don't remember
Okay,
his
Ricky
name.
Marstad. Either you die a vampire or you live to become the Batman.
Should have died a vampire then.
You should have
Yeah.
died a Batman.
Vampires can't die. They can only
Stay
become undone.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm going to do this.
Chad, you're gonna be excited to see this movie, aren't you?
Drew, I'm going to drink. I'm not going to ask you to hold my beer, but Kat, you are 150% wrong on this one.
Oh, you jumping on that?
It's okay.
See, some people just jump on the train to jump on the train.
good would Tom Holland be at playing Batman? Well, I wouldn't be as good as my friend Robert Pattinson. He's going to kill it as Batman. I don't even know if that's actually true. Is he actually playing Batman? Yeah. He is? That's sick. He's going to kill it. And I wouldn't want to go up against him because he's a bit of a beast.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Are you doing Batman?
Where is she?
So,
No.
Anthony, I'm gonna. So, Drew's right on a couple things, guys.
Everything,
There's something wrong with you.
and then a few
Yeah,
other things.
I know. I apologize. Robert Pattinson's actually an accomplished actor. If you guys have seen other things than Twilight,
I've seen a lot
I've
that
seen
he's
a lot
been
of
in.
things.
But he's
And
still
there are
skinny
quite
boy
a-
Batman.
okay, so then you have
Let him finish.
because as a theatrical performance in that Lighthouse movie that he did, phenomenal. Probably one of today's. I mean, it was an epic performance. 2, he is ripped in a couple movies, man. Now, given the COVID hurt him because he hasn't been working out, but he had gained weight. Now, who's going to say, for example, that he is not going to go on the Snyder diet that everybody else does and shoot up roids and do the whole 9 and get big, right? Hell, look at me. I'm fat. That was a joke, but
Crickets, baby, crickets.
I get it.
Chad,
But-
you're not fat.
But at the end of the day, the dude has all the opportunity. I think the casting across the board is phenomenal. Kravitz as Catwoman, awesome. The Alfred, the guy from what the hell was that movie? That show, Westworld, right? Or he's playing Gordon. He's playing
Gordon.
I mean, an amazing actor. And then Andy Serkis, right, as Alfred.
Oh, you know I do like him.
So,
Right, best part of Black Panther.
I'll give you one, Chad. Let me fill you in. Let me give you some of that Legends truth.
Hey, let him finish. Let him finish.
But I don't want to lose that thought, man. You don't want to lose this Legends truth.
Chad, finish.
Hold on. I'm
Drew
done.
said something so
Yeah, he was done.
Okay.
How about you,
all right.
Anthony? You go.
Anthony.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Drew. You
Mine's
just said
here.
that Andy Serkis was the best part of Black Panther.
Yeah, Claw was the best part of that movie.
Fuck that. Now, he's a good Caesar. He's Planet of the Apes Caesar.
See, oh my gosh,
I love Caesar.
Yes.
He was the best part of that movie.
Really? Hey, let me do this one real quick. In 2008, the Twilight movie was
Now,
released, right?
Anthony, we can beat Drew up.
Kat, you got to hear this out, girl. Kat, you got to hear this out because this is
Okay.
you.
All right,
2008.
all right.
How old were you in 2008?
In 2008,
Mm-hmm.
do you really want me to tell you?
Yeah, how old were you?
I wasn't born.
I wasn't born. Okay.
Right.
God.
How old were you?
Were you 15, 16,
I was
17?
16.
All right, so I'm not saying Kat because, we all know what she thinks about Robert Pattinson. But, Chad does have some knowledge in this thing. He said perfect casting. And if you look at how the reality is in the world we live in today, 2008, though girls, all the teen girls, they fucking I worked in teen services at a library. Fucking kids love the book. They loved that character. They were always Team Edward, man. And so now, what are we? We're 12 years into the future. All those teenagers are now female young adults, female adults. Some of them have their own kids. And Chad's kind of right when he says perfect casting because they got that guy to get that female vote. They got that guy in that suit to get all those females to watch that damn Batman movie. So Drew, of course, Drew's on the spec train and how much money's this shit going to make? How much money? Well, yeah, it's going to make a goddamn lot of money. As far as how the comic book channels are. Oh, well, this movie made so much money. I remember Who Dat Comics and Movies. He always was like, well, this movie's really good because it made a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. And, money is power. And, that's what the generation, the young generation, money, that's all they are taught to know is money is the power. It ain't like the old days where people talk religion and all that shit anymore. They want that money. They want to buy stuff. They want to put the currency into the economy. The economy wants to make money off the economy, and the world want to control them. So, man, that's a little Legends truth. like Chad said, and Drew, I mean, every one of y'all have great valid points, but if you slow down time and look in between the lines of the digital reality we live in today, that was kind of fucking perfect casting, because you're going to get a lot of female voters to watch that damn show. You know,
let's throw a little Drew Man truth at you for a minute here, and we're going to throw it to the chat here real quick, because our friend Ryan from Fake Nerd Podcast, he joined us on Modern Men for our review of Secret Wars. Check that out. This dude has got some really great knowledge and opinions. DJ Tony Snark Pattinson's done a decade's worth of great work, and y'all are remembering a teen movie he did ages ago. Same thing happened with Heath Ledger. Did you see Good Time, The Lighthouse?
But Heath Ledger was fantastic. That's
Lost City of Z.
No, because I don't watch.
He's done nothing but truly stellar work for years.
Ew.
He says, this is my favorite casting for a Batman movie. It's mwah. And I absolutely agree. Ryan's on point once again.
Somebody called TJ Watson in the house, man.
Well,
Never judge before we see it in real life. That's what
I just want to point out, Drew, before anything happens, I didn't say that Rob Pattinson automatically fucks up. I'm just saying it does matter who's in the Batman suit, and it does matter how you look in the Batman suit. That's like a big thing. Like when The Dark Knight came out and Batman had that new suit that looked all put together, I was like, yo, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. It made the fight scenes look better because his suit was better. So, and I mean, he looked good in the suit. So it does matter who's in the suit.
This might be the best looking suit ever, though.
But the problem is, a lot of people that watch, or like a lot of people, you know Batman, you've watched the cartoons, and you read some comics, right? But here's the thing: are you really reading the comic? Because a lot of what is in this movie is a deep cut, super fucking deep cut for us in the community that read the comics and know.
A lot of 0 year stuff.
A lot of 0 year stuff. A lot of long Halloween stuff. A lot of that Kevin Smith run. I mean,
a lot of cacophony. A lot of year one stuff they're drawing from as well. Also, you got the freaking collar, like you get in White Knight. Come on, man! Bring me the collar with the cape with the collar.
The fact that the symbolic gesture of, hey, the symbol is the gun that killed his parents. And if you guys haven't read Kevin Smith, then really you can't pass judgment on that story.
Yeah, everything you're saying is right.
Chad.
Chad. Everything you're saying is right. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth when somebody you said it doesn't matter who you put in the suit. It matters.
It does. It 100% does. But if you put a phenomenal actor in the suit,
I'm trying not.
That's the person. Cat, jump in.
All right, Chad. I'm gonna let you finish. But I need to kind of refute something to what Legend said. Legend, my dear, my comic dad.
Well, no, you the one girl.
You were talking about that female vote. You were talking about getting the ladies in to see the Batman. This is the difference between having Robert Pattinson as your Batman and having Christian Bale as your Batman. Christian Bale as Batman, hands down, the sexiest Batman to date.
His suit didn't even have nipples.
Hands down, the most attractive Batman to date.
Again,
I'm telling you right now,
100%. And Cat,
you're comparing a shrimp boat to Christian Bale, though. In that,
a lot of women like that Robert Pattinson.
I'm just saying. You're saying the female vote. Here's the thing, though. Things change.
Almost strapped
let's look at the Chris's that Marvel has right now.
Oh, those dudes, yeah.
I'm telling you right now, those dudes are bringing in the ladies. Robert Pattinson, I'm sure a lot of the females have either A, forgotten he existed, or B, they're like, oh, hey, yeah, he was in that one movie I watched. Or, oh, yeah, I haven't seen those movies in years.
You know who loves Robert Pattinson though?
Who?
You?
Drew not really. No. Critics love Robert Pattinson. Actors love Robert Pattinson. Directors love Robert Pattinson because he's a talent.
A well-rounded actor.
He's a well-rounded actor. He's a talent.
Can be talented. I will agree with that. But he's
shown that he has range.
A superhero.
Well, Batman's not a superhero. He's an insane vigilante.
So does Rick Martel. He's got some range.
He's nothing. He can't don the suit. He can't.
Who?
How are you going to believe that he's actually Batman?
It's called movie magic.
I mean,
Kitty.
Yeah, I can't take you seriously. I can't take you seriously.
Have you seen Lord of the Rings, Kat? The Fellowship of the Ring?
Yeah,
you know that.
I love that movie.
Right, you know that Sir Ian McKellen's not 8 feet tall and Elijah Wood's not 2 feet tall, right? It's a thing called movie magic. There's special effects.
They also have that Orlando Bloom.
Millions of dollars that's going to go into making this believable.
They also have Orlando Bloom, though.
Him looking like in a suit was wearing Patterson. Like the suit
dude. I agree with Anthony 100%. The suit in the car looks so much cooler than Robert Pattinson does, and that's sad. That's sad. As Batman, I need to believe that you're actually Batman, that you're actually Bruce Wayne.
Whoa, Ryan.
You look like a little boy
throwing out lies like movies aren't real.
You look like a little boy that's playing cosplay to me, and it's sad.
Shout out to Comics Explained.
This is sad. I'm disappointed with everything that's going on right now.
Agrel's
I'm not about it.
Comment in the chat there. The fact that you don't believe he's Batman is more proof he's a great choice for Batman.
So
I'll probably go see it.
I just want to share something with you, and we're up for debate. This is a family. We're all happy. We're good. The reason I think
we might not be after this conversation. I don't
know if that's family related.
Well, one of the reasons I'm gonna hold my
my
opinion a little higher is because I got a little bit more experience on this subject.
I know, man. He works in film. Dude, cue the cricket sound effects, Carson.
All right, here it is.
All right.
I apologize for dropping this one on you.
All right, Kat, here we go.
So in 2002,
machinist, everything that he's done.
Hold on, though. In 2002, in the Reign of Fire, he weighed 184 pounds. In the Machinist, in 2004, he weighed 121 pounds. 6 months later, in Batman Begins, 6 months. Let me rephrase that. In 6 months later,
Christian Bale
weighed 109 pounds. Then he dropped down to 135, back to 190.
That's really not healthy, by the way.
45. Guess what? This guy's been acting since he's 12 years old. He's won an Academy Award at 12 years old.
Christian Bale
is an actor.
No, Pattinson.
I'm talking Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale is 100% an actor. Now, what does Christian Bale and Robert Pattinson have in common?
They're actors.
They're actors. And does Johnny Storm look like Captain America when he was in the what was that movie, the teen movie?
Not another teen movie.
Yeah, not another teen movie. No, he doesn't. He's not jacked.
I can guarantee you most people off the street kick the ever-living shit out of Chris Evans. He's an actor, which means he's a theater nerd, which means he grew up playing cat's cradle instead of running around with a ball. That's just kind of the way that it goes. These guys their job is to make you believe, and the fact that you don't going into it means it's going to be that much more impressive when you leave that movie going, I was wrong, Drew was right. I can never tell him. I have to pretend that I hate this movie forever.
What's the guy?
Because he'll never let me live it down.
The guy in the Eternals,
Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah, have you seen him?
Yeah. Now Pattinson also said that he wasn't working out as hard as everybody else does. because he's trying to fight people saying they have the need to do so. Another actor that was known for gaining and losing weight for roles was Tom Hanks. He doesn't do it anymore. You guys know why?
Because it's unhealthy.
Because it gave him diabetes. Like if you put and lose weight on and off like that,
super unhealthy.
It's really bad for you.
Super unhealthy.
Christian Bale.
Look at Christian Bale. Honestly, his organs are screwed.
Right.
100%.
Chris Barrett wants
His
us to
organs
look
are
at
screwed. And
Wesley
he's admitted
Snipes,
that.
but I don't know why.
He's admitted that. But here's the thing though. Putting it on for a film, it's not ride or die. Putting it on and off, on and off, on and off, like Christian Bale's done, that'll screw with your entire body.
But here's the thing.
There's a smart way to do it, and there's a bad way to do it. Not the best way to do it.
This kind of disagrees with a lot. Like, I mean, what my comment that I want to make is it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we're going to have probably 6 different Batman. AT&T doesn't give a shit about the comics, and they are proving that it represents 4% of their total gross. So they are focusing on changing floppies into trades. Floppies into digital. Now, where can they make the money on the property? They're going to make the money on the films. So, if we get 6 different Batman, and they already are calling the Joker the Black Label film, and that's what's going to.
And at the end of the day, what he says, fans, is the money is what matters.
Because she's pretty.
Whatever makes them the money, they're going to do, and they're not going to listen to us, like Chad said. They're not going to listen to the comics. They're going to be listening to putting more green into their pockets.
Now, I do want to ask if you guys, and Carson, get to the chat or do whatever. I'm sorry, come back to me.
I'm sorry, what? I'm just kidding. We got Chris Barrett. He's in the chat. Comics Misexplained. What is going on, man? That guy. He has been killing it tonight. Comics Misexplained. We still got DJ Tony Snark with a lot of awesome comments. Count Von Strange. What is good? Count. Aggressively relaxing.
I just want to shout out Count Von Strange. Just did a review for the Hellbat McFarlane figure. It was really well shot, really cool stuff. So check that out. If you're an action figure collector or just a fan of cool videos, check out Count Von Strange.
You got to love CVS. They have some of the best IVs.
It's true. I like what you did there.
That was good shit.
Shout out to Bob World.
A few layers there, bud.
Bob World.
I know. A little too deep. Bob World also, man, one of the best. He does a lot of our intros and outros, so a lot of love to Bob World out there.
Great title bumpers from Bob World. He kills
Love
it.
some Bob World.
Anyway, Chad, continue.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, my gimmick's not up though.
The money thing, they're all going to go eventually digital on the DC side, don't you think, Chad? You think digital and trades,
or
hard
HBO Max?
Well,
I mean, they're already. I mean, Anthony, aren't they pitching that? Bringing Affleck back, Maginello, and doing a Batman series with Jared Leto on HBO Max.
Yeah, they're pitching a lot of. They're waiting.
Watch that.
How well the Snyder Cut does. So the Snyder Cut is like trending a lot when it comes out because it's supposed to be broken down to like 6 different episodes, so like 45, 30, or 45 minutes. Not exactly how long. And they're waiting to see. So if it's trending and everybody's talking about stuff like that, they know it's a moneymaker. Then they'll start swinging off like throwing things off of that. They even tell Snyder to make sure you leave room or put stuff in it so we can, if we want to, we can make a sequel to it and stuff like that.
Did they really not learn their lesson the first time
I just have
around?
one question for Anthony, and I think I already know the answer. Anthony, what are your feelings on the Snyder Cut? Are you
I can't wait.
Yes!
I'm pumped for it.
I needed it. I'm sorry.
I literally left work.
I'm just saying another thing that I've heard is in the same light as the Snyder Cut is if the Snyder Cut does well, we might get the Ayer cut for Suicide Squad with the Joker back.
That would be
no one's talking to you, Chad. Drew, everyone stopped talking to you a while ago. Anthony, how are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing great. I'm not too concerned about the Ayer cut because I heard that the first the first movie he wrote is completely different and wasn't filmed from what it got now.
I heard that it was way more down to earth and way more like a Suicide Squad mission and not like a boom explosion that we ended up with.
Yeah, and that whatever they were supposed to be building was supposed to lead up until Justice League, but they kind of washed that away. So
yeah,
Erica that hurt.
Erica, 100%.
I like
Hashtag
Marvel
Erica.
movies where you don't have to go back and redo them because they don't suck the first
You know
time.
what, Drew?
Have you seen the Fantastic Four movies?
I know that's what
Which terrible Fantastic Four movie you want to talk about? Because I can guarantee
all
you the
of them.
worst one, Fan Four Stick, is better than Suicide Squad immensely. There's at least really good scenes of body horror when they first get their powers and come back. The rest of that movie is absolutely trash, but there's more redeeming qualities than there are in the Fresh Prince of Deadshot. That movie is irredeemably terrible.
Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. Could wipe the floor with anything.
You're talking
out
about
of
30
any
seconds worth of viable screen time
single.
where she's like changing her shirt. The rest of it is crap.
Fantastic Four.
Hey, Drew.
Fantastic Four. I'm sorry, Legend.
feel about
I
the
love
Four,
the
Legend?
Fantastic Four, but so far their film debuts have just been something that you need to wash your hands of. And
I don't know. That
get
first Chicklets movie
get
was
that
good.
stain off your hands.
Hey,
and
Rise
just
of the
get it
Silver
out of
Surfer had some
pocket.
good parts.
I got a
Move
question
on.
for Drew. Drew, what's up? Is there something on your ceiling? I think it's Sting, maybe coming down from the Raptors.
It better not fucking be Sting.
We're still arguing.
I'm gonna kick that never was right out of here. You know what?
Let's
You know
go
who
to
doesn't?
Chad.
You know
Chad.
who's the most overrated wrestler in the history of the world who doesn't have a win at WrestleMania? That's Sting.
Chad, what do you think?
Oh, poor Sting.
What does Carson think?
What are your final thoughts on tonight's show, Chad?
Yeah, we've been going a long time.
Remarks.
What's that?
Closing remarks, please.
Closing remarks. First off, I got hollered at by Kat and Carson. Carson can yell, and it's fucking scary. Like it's like Judge Dredd during Roger Rabbit. He goes, "It was me, Eddie." But
in the dip.
so guys, honestly, we weren't joking around. We do have an ultimate Fallout 4. What we want you to do is go check out Daily Villain and also
Villain.daily on Instagram.
And also check out the Comic Core on Instagram. Over the course of the next couple weeks, we're going to be running contests. Clues will be on there, how to win, and we will give you it at no cost. And we'll give you the free shipping. Oh, yeah, hell, why not? I got 2 of those. Let's throw one of those in there, too.
Carson found 87 of them for 20 cents a piece the other day.
I'll throw that in there, too. So we have
doing a
that.
giveaway on his channel as well.
Carson.
His channel, but on Thursdays as well.
There's only about 10 of
Look
these.
what Legend's giving those away.
There's only about 10 of these in existence.
Carson,
So,
Yes, Kat.
can we put a link in the chat for the Discord?
Because Kat needs to join it.
Because apparently I have to join it,
Oh yeah,
according to Chris Barrett.
You have your own Cat Ren figures, like
yeah. There's a fan
thing in
board
there.
for Kat.
hey guys, do you want to do
What?
I got one idea, one last idea.
Okay.
One
I'll just
closing remark.
death threats for
I got an
Mark.
ideal.
That's really all it is.
Since Anthony's here,
Go
and
on,
I love when Anthony does they do their reaction videos and stuff. Do you guys want to do a reaction video to a trailer real quick?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Is it what
Alright,
I think it is?
The Boys?
Is it Christian Gossett?
Oh, no,
Boys
that's
season
not what I
2.
thought it was. But okay,
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
Dude, I'll watch that. I like that show.
Let me get this pulled up here. The Boys season 2. Did you watch The Boys, Anthony, on the first one?
Yes, I did. That's why I went to go buy this book.
Good nonsense.
All right, so let me see what we got.
That's a
here.
good show. They killed off that shoe girl, though, man. That
Elizabeth
fine
Shue.
girl from Karate Kid, man.
And she's
And
on-
Babysitter Club or
Yeah.
Adventures in Babysitting or something.
She's been on the slideshow like my entire
Yeah,
life.
but we still have Starlight though.
Elizabeth Shue.
Oh,
She was
yeah,
great in that,
Starlight.
Starlight.
She was great in that Invisible Man movie.
Oh, yeah. Hollow Man with the bacon. Kevin Bacon. That's a good
Kevin
movie.
Bacon. That is a good movie. Yes, check that one out.
Sequel with Christian Slater. It's okay. But no
Hollow
Kevin
Man
Bacon.
2 had Christian Slater in it.
Yeah, he was the
I mean,
Hollow
Christian
Man.
Slater, I might as well see it.
Good
It's
voice.
either
He had a great voice.
absolutely
Hollow Man
awful or
2 's
great.
some good nonsense.
Christian
Yeah.
Slater's like
I liked
Nicolas
Hollow
Cage.
Man too.
We got seen a lot of movies.
I love that stuff.
I don't really have friends, so like I watch movies.
Yeah, when you say
And then the people that tell me they're my friends, I just yell at them about how wrong they are. About movies.
I know he just chews us out.
A broken arrow.
All right, here we go.
All right, here's the trailer. Season 2, The Boys, Amazon Prime.
All right, here we go.
Here
we
go.
Show it.
Mario mode.
The Boys.
Da boys.
Here we go.
Da boys.
Da boys.
Da boys. Da boys. Da
Like
boys.
the Bears. It's da boys. Hello, Starlight. I see you in that center corner. How you going?
Hopefully, Amazon Prime has better frame rate.
Probably. They probably do.
I'm on page 134.
He's on everything.
Gus Fring.
Yeah.
Caprese sandwich. When they're an actual.
That guy was in Deadwood. He was in Deadwood with the glasses. Classic.
Yeah.
He's been in stuff.
He was great on Deadwood.
Every time I see him, I just keep thinking of Breaking Bad.
Los Pollos Hermanos.
Yes. He's got that new lightsaber though.
You know, but when they say Syria, you know Syria gonna fuck some shit up.
Let's see here. Just show my girl.
It's got to be the woman, the female.
Top secret Yankee White designation for Compound B. State. Only one.
Compound B.
You want to stroll into the Oval Office and start barking?
I wonder if they're going to start having mother's milk this year.
Half our own heroes don't know they have Compound B in their veins.
Like him actually drinking the mother's milk.
What's that?
Are you saying you actually have him drinking the mother's milk?
Yeah.
Those dudes there, they're fucked. I think Homelander's gonna fuck them up.
I think it's
Yeah,
the female.
probably.
You think the girl's doing it? The milk? Oh, that's right. Because
They made the one guy into a woman for the show. I forget the main bad guy.
Exactly what casualty allowance are we looking at here? Officially, 0, of course. But cone of silence, 34%.
Shit.
ممكن بقوة نار المقدسة هيكتبوا كلمات بدنا جملة تشد الانتباه شو رأيك تلعب بالحقيقة؟ هي جملة تمام أنا بفتكر
Oh yeah, that's right. They have Compound B. Other people have Compound B.
Wait, that's what's his name? The Void, right?
Yeah. Am I reacting to her reaction?
I hope so.
Poor boy.
He's trying to give him
He's like, here's a bunny. The bunny will fix everything.
And that's why we love you
know
aggressively.
what? It would be better if it were a Captain Carrot. The boy. I only saw Starlight at the very end.
So
what
wait,
the hell?
quick question: The Void is Homelander, a twin of Homelander, right?
In the comics, yeah.
In the comics,
clone, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, clone of him.
And he's actually the one who's been doing all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
That last episode, the last issue was kind of fucked up. Like when it was going to be Huey and Butcher going toe to toe, and the the blood outside the door, like the dude was yanking it every day outside of Huey's door, and yeah, it was fucked up. I just hope the dog's in this one.
The Boys is one of Chad's all-time favorite reads. Everybody, he loves it.
Boys.
I'm waiting for the pro.
Yes.
So, Kat, so she makes her appearance in the comic, The Boys, during the trade. You can get it in trade, but it's Herogasm, and it's the same. It's the same scene where They're running a train on the Invisible Woman.
Oh.
And it's the Human Torch and the Thing and Mr. Fantastic, and they're like, oh, she's getting abused.
It's the Pro. She's literally a prostitute.
No. It's the Invisible Woman taking care of them.
I know. I'm
But
just
she's
saying.
walking in the background. Yeah.
I love that short in the back of the Pro where she's like having a hand job competition with the chick with like 4 arms.
The hoe. That is her name, by the way. That is her name in the comic, by the way. It is the Pro versus the hoe.
It's true.
I'm not lying.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching us tonight. And Anthony, tell them where they can find you.
You have to find us on Real Comic Book Talk. Any day we can get on there, to be honest with you. But we got fire all the time, man. I love hanging out with my crew. Comic Course, man, is always great. Hopefully, somebody comes up with a cure so we can all get back together at a con. But if you need us, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, anything. Just type in Real Comic Book Talk. We're there.
Friendster, MySpace,
Grinder.
Whoa.
Tinder account, we're everywhere.
Legend, take us out, brother.
Man, thank y'all so much. Y'all been watching Comic Core Roundtable, hottest live show on Friday night you're ever gonna see in this comic book community. For my main man, Seawood19, CBR, Chad, Cat Wren, Mark BKR, the superstar, Drew Manchu, Bebe, and the Ant-Man from Real Comic Book Talk. This is the great legend saying, peace out. God bless.